So I'm just mentioning like I'm not doing any technical discussions today, but I'm discussing like what we have in development. Okay. So just to ensure like how to get data. The first concern always goes data or records. This can be retrieved by SOQL is nothing but Salesforce Object Query Language. Salesforce Object Query Language, or we also have SOSL. What does it mean? Salesforce Object Search Language. Search language. So let's talk about more like if I want to write SOQL, what should I remember? If I want to write SOQL, what should I remember? You should know the S object name. What do you mean by S object? Salesforce object name, right? Salesforce objects can be a standard objects, custom objects, external objects, custom settings, custom metadata. Salesforce objects, metadata, right? What we have? Standard objects, custom objects, external objects, custom settings, and custom metadata. These are the objects we have in Salesforce. Okay. How many classified? I mean, we'll discuss. We also have different part called types of S objects. We have two different types ideally. One is like non-setup objects and setup objects. You know, what do you mean by non-setup objects? All your standard and custom objects. If I say standard and custom objects, accounts, contacts, and all these will come as a non-setup objects. Setup objects in the sense, let's say user records, user object. It is also a records ultimately, right? So, but that user is helpful to do a setups, isn't it? Which user you need to give authorization, how do you need to access, right? That is for configuration. You can really imagine this way. Your workflows is an object, but those are setup objects, right? Your profiles is a object, but those are setup objects. Non-setup is sense which will deals with user data, which will deal with configurations, right? Configurations and other system administrative things. Okay, you understand? This is for setup objects is ideally for metadata, right? This is what the simple understanding from this. What are the database operations available? What are the database operations? What are the database operations we have? Insert, right? Delete, update, and what else we have? Offset. And then we have undelete. We have undelete, but anyway, we don't use undelete in Salesforce, so it's okay to not to worry about it now. So I'm just focusing like what we use in real cases. We have insert, delete, update, and update, insert. The only concern here is note, or I can also say warning. Warning, you are not allowed to do DML, database manipulation language, right? Mm. DML on setup a non-setup in same transaction. You are not allowed to do setup and non-setup object in the same transaction. The problem is that we'll get an error, mixed DML not allowed. Mixed DML in the sense you are not supposed to do DML statements or like a inserting. Let's say what is my by single transaction? If you start executing on a particular method, you can't do DML operations in one transaction. You can't update like a setup and non-setup together. Okay. So when you write, see these are the key points you need to remember. How to find the required details for SOQL. What are the required details ideally? We have S object, API name. So you know how to find API name? You know how to find an API, right? You need to go to Object Manager, you need to open and you will find a API name, right? Uh, so underscore underscore C if it is only for custom objects. For metadata underscore underscore MDT. For external object underscore underscore EXT. So external objects is something we need like we need to connect with third-party services. Those are not. It's a Salesforce object, but it is persist in the third-party system. If I go to account, this is my API name. You need to pick up API name. API name of this object. And what you need? Next one, fields, right? Fields. How you'll get fields names? What the field name? You can see there is a two things. Like we can see a field name, field label, and data type name. This let's leave this data type. That's the standard one. If I open this for custom object field, you can see a API name, right? The same way, let me open a standard field. Account source is a standard field. What is field name? Here there is no API name. Here you will get field name, right? Field name slash API name. Okay. So we got it. And next one, what we need to know? Child relationship name. Fourth one, parent relationship. Oh, what is relationship? Standard. Standard. So what is the relation between accounts and contacts? Contact. In contact, you can see a relationship, right? Not an account, isn't it? In an account, if I go to relationship name, what is the field name here? Account name, right? What is the field API name? Field name? Account. So your relationship name you'll get, you need to open that particular relationship and you need to figure it out like field name. And parent relationship name is also a called field name. And the other one is parent record ID. How you will get parent record ID? In standard. I'm talking about standard, okay? Here you need to get parent relationship name. Okay, this is not child relationship name. This is my bad. Only parent relationship name plus ID. So finally, what is the outcome here? Account is a relationship name plus ID. What is the outcome here? Account ID. Okay. Sixth one, how to get parent fields in child query. How to get this one? Parent relationship name plus dot plus field name or API name of parent fields. Let me run a simple. You understood this? What I mean here? Now let me run a simple query. Select ID comma name. I want my parent ID. How can I get my parent ID? I mean account ID. Parent relationship is an account followed by ID, right? And how to get my parent fields in child query? Parent relationship name is account dot and the field name. Let me write ID also. Same ID only I'm using here. From contact where account ID not equal to null. And I'll say limit 1 for a simple purpose, okay? Execute. Now these two data is same, right? But do you see this is same? Don't see as a user. Don't see as a user. See as a system. If you see as a user, these two are same. The data is same, right? The problem here is this is a contact field. This is a account field. You can't edit account fields. See, but you can modify this. So whenever you are doing any DML operations, you can't update a cross object fields within the same object. Clear? You can't update a parent fields from the child query. Even though you are getting, but that is getting as a object format. Object of object. You can only update within the field. So there is a difference. It's not something like value same, but you need to see the difference. This is account ID, which is a contact field. Account, whenever you see a dot, it means that that is not a same object. It is from different objects, right? Parent object. Clear? So there is a difference. So now you understand like how to write this, right? Account dot, it's not ID. You can write account dot ID or account dot name, whatever you wanted, okay? Can I write this one? Will it give error for me? A, C, instead of name I'll say E, instead of ID I'll say ID and execute. Will it give error for me? It won't give. So I can see a parag right here, prag. Now let me put one thing, name equal to single quotes A R. Now do I get the same record or I'll not get? Why I'll get same record? This is like a PARAG, right? My data here you can see this is different. We can't define any case sensitives here, but data is a case. See, at least Salesforce knows for a metadata, Salesforce is not a case sensitive. That is clear. What about record information? That was my question. This is like a Salesforce metadata, right? This is your record, your data. At least user data is case sensitive, or even though that is not case sensitive. Execute. Got it? So it means either data or like metadata, it's not a case sensitive. So it means PARAG and PARAG in a small case, they are distinct. Distinct in the sense they are not distinct. They are same. Clear? So whenever you wanted to compare, you can use a method called uppercase. This is available in Salesforce Apex. To uppercase method. Now we saw a query how to get a parent relationship. I mean parent fields in child. Okay. Now let me ask you this way. How to get child child records in parent SOQL. What is how to find a child relationship name? We missed this one, right? If I go to contact, you can see child relationship name, right? What is child relationship name? Contact. Where you are sending inside child, you have to open that relationship name and then you need to find child relationship name. So this is my child relationship name. Open lookup or MD field and find child relationship name, right? Here, in this case, what is our child relationship? Contacts, right? Whenever you wanted to do a parent query, you need to write inner SOQL query using child relationship name. You understand what I mean? Let's say select ID, comma, name from account. This is ideal case, right? But if I want to get my child, see, one account can have more than one account, more than one contact, right? So it means the results is a collection. Whenever you are trying to retrieve a child records inside parent, the results is collection. For one contact, you will have one account. You will get directly that one account details. There is no collection. It's a one record. But if you are doing the same thing in a parent, so what happens? Here you have expected is collection. If it is collection, if you want to get, put a comma, brackets. Inside you can write a select query again. Select ID, comma, contact from, sorry, name from contact. Contact or contacts? Here I need to use child relationship name. Contacts. Child relationship name, sorry, object name. Because let's say imagine that the same contact have another relationship. Let me create another relationship with an account. Uh, what happened? My internet is down? No, right? Don't say my internet is down. Okay. Uh, there is a difference now. Now if I execute, then what happens? I'll get my contacts. See? Oh, let it go. Meanwhile, let me click. It's taking too much of time. Why that so? Okay, now it is executing. Now I can see collection, right? But let me do the same thing because you got a question. I'm creating another lookup relationship from contact to account, naming as instead of account, I'll say business account. Business account, okay. Here, I can also say a child relationship, but if you are creating a custom relationship, you can say business contacts. Okay. You can customize your child relationship name if you are creating custom one. So I'm saying next. Okay. Next, visible all. Next, and I'm assigning it. Save. Let me go to one contact just to make sure that at least one contact should have like business account. Let me go to details. So where is my business account? It's there. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. Cool. Details. I have edit, right? Oh, I have edit. So let me. This is like this one. So I'll select a different account here. Approval auto one. Different, right? Pro coding skills. Okay. Different. Now I queried this way with a standard relationship. I got a query, right? If I want to write with a custom, if I want to query now the question goes, hey, I wanted to get my business contacts from a business accounts. If you want to query a contacts related to business account, how you'll be querying? You are not supposed to use contacts anymore. Now, how many relationships we have with account? We have two fields. One is account name, another is business accounts, right? Now we need to understand like what type of data you wanted to retrieve. You wanted to retrieve contacts with business accounts or you wanted to retrieve contacts with account name. You understand the decision here, the question. Now, if I want to retrieve a contacts with my business account, I need to go inside business account field and I need to get my relationship name, child relationship name. What is child relationship name here? Business accounts, right? Business contacts. Now, because this is a customer standard, oh, is this a standard? This field was created by Salesforce or we? It is a custom. For a custom API name, we have underscore underscore C, right? What about relationship name? We need to use underscore underscore R. Here, instead of here, you need to say underscore underscore R. If I execute, we got one contact, right? Now, I wanted to narrow down the results. I need to get only those accounts which have the business contacts. The question C, understand the difference. I need to get only those accounts which have business contacts. Now, what we need to update? We need to add filter. Filter in the sense where, because I'm explaining this, I know that you are a .NET developer and you have encountered the database queries till now, right? So only I'm not explaining what is this where class. It's same. It's same. So here you can use a in parameter. What is might be in? The collection of filters, right? You can apply more than one value to a filter. So open bracket, close bracket, select account ID from, no, you can't use relationship name here. Remember that, okay? Contact, where, what is the API name here? Business account, right? Not equal to null. This way you need to put. You can't use relationship name in where conditions. If you want to write again, you need to write entire query, but that you can't do. So you have to use a named object always. Clear? If I query, here is my, oh, wait. Pro coding skills is a name and oh, I just mentioned like account ID here, right? Remember there is a difference. We have two different fields. We have account ID and we have business account, right? So here I'm retrieving the account ID from when business contact not equal to null. What I need, what should I be doing here? I should be doing this one, right? Now I'll get my data. I was confused. The same confusion happens to you too. So now understand. So whenever you are working with the parent and child queries, ensure that on which field you are talking about. It's not something like which object records on which field. Because if you have more than one relationship, yes, there is a confusion. Now you need to ensure, hey, do I need to narrow down the results by account name or business accounts? Clear? What? Let me go to the previous one. If I want to get a business account name, if I want to get a business account name, so whenever I'm writing a query, let's say select ID, comma name, comma business account from contact where business account not equal to null. From this, I wanted to get my, so here I don't need to add any IDR. In standard, we are talking about AP field name plus this one, right? field name plus ID. So you don't want to do. For a custom object, you can mention directly API name. If you mention API name, you'll get ID directly. Okay. But if I want to get my business account name, how to get? What I mentioned here in the query, parent relationship name dot parent field name, right? Parent relationship name. What is parent relationship name here? Business account. No, no. Business account is a parent relationship name, right? This is a relationship field. Okay. And then what I'm saying dot ID, right? This is what I mean. But because this is a custom field, custom relationship, you need to use R. Clear? If I say R, then it will execute as same as setc. And before I was written some where condition here, right? ID in select, right? Ensure here if we say ID comma name, can I apply my filter in condition to name? No, it will not take. It will take only the first field name. Clear? Okay. So let's say this way I can write any questions on SOQLs. This is the maximum combination that you will be doing SOQLs. Okay. And you know like operator by the way? By any chance have you worked with like operator? What like will do? Now, by seeing this query, what is the outcome? Now, now, anywhere. So if my name is TP and PT, what will come as output? Okay, okay. I'm not executing it. I'm just like ensuring that you know. Cool. So we use same things. Okay. It's not something like it is not too deviated from the queries what you written, and moreover, it was so much simplified than your queries. And we have order by. We have order by. Let me, okay, good thing I got contacts, query, and I'll say order by name, limit, sorry, order by name. Okay. Now we got order by name. How many records I got? 27 records, right? And I need only 10 records for first now. Limit 10. I got 10 records, right? Till where I got Janny Gray here. Now I wanted to get the next 10 records. How can I get it? Because I already had 10 records. Remember, if you are doing a page nation, you have a next button. If you click next, what should you do? You should get the next data, right? So how can I do that? If it is a your requirement, let's imagine if it is like came to you to develop in your .NET application, what is your approach in doing this? Okay. So there are two approaches. Either you need to pull all the records at one shot and you will be creating a table with the 10 rows in a data limit. As soon as you clicks next and you will write your JavaScript or whatever or like your C sharp code to fetch the next 10 records and update to the list. it will list. Otherwise, you can also do, you'll get only whatever you needed. On click of next, do another query to get another next 10 by using a keyword called offset. If I say offset, the system pointer will always skip first 10 records and it will go to the next 11th record. Don't bad, right? But offset maximum number is 2000. Remember this. Offset maximum number is 2000. You can't skip more than 2000 records in offset. Clear? If you want to offset 2000, it means that if you have more than 2000 records, you need to add extra where condition to narrow down your results. Clear? Okay. So this is an SOQL and SOSL will not discuss now. Okay. The reason behind we don't use SOSL query in where what we can say in Apex code. The other way, the best practice I can show workbench.developer.force.com. You can choose production, log in with Salesforce. It will allow you to log in. This is built by Salesforce again, okay? And this is getting deprecated. SQL query. Use Visual Studio Query Builder. There is a query builder we got in Visual Studio. You select your object name. I selected my object name and I can select whatever fields I wanted and I'll query it. Either I can download as a matrix, uh, specify the maximum matrix view, field results by uh, account number, filter results, this one, okay. Sort results by account number, A to Z, max record. One minute. Null's first, where is group by? There is a concept called group by here. So here I can't build the group by. Cool. So there is another one called SYSL search here for you. Search for Parag in all fields limited to 100 records. And what are the objects that I need to select? Account, I'll say name, comma ID. And I'll add my contact, name, comma ID, comma account ID. So now this is my query. Find in all fields unlimited. So you can't use this. And if I see here, now you are getting only one record on one object, right? If I say you'll get internal tabs now. For contacts, you have to. If I have anything on accounts, you'll get something else. If I say yeah, execute, oil, execute. You got 10 records, accounts 3 records, contacts 7 records, right? This is only for searching. Let's say if you are doing any database operations or like data cleanup, or you wanted to find some records where you don't know how to find, you can put like specifier, I mean your text. This will work as a like, okay? You can see this working as a like. In all fields, returning objects. What are the objects that you want to return? In account, what are the fields you needed? Contact. And the same way you can mention whatever you wanted. Opportunity, comma lead, execute. If you don't mention anything, you will get only IDs by default. Or you can say case or like lead case, and we have like contact, opportunity, quote, product to quote is not supporting quote. Now this is how you can mention. If you mention any fields, it will result those fields. If you don't mention, by default it returns ID in a such language. Here also you can use account.id. The same way you can say account.name. You can do. See. But what happened? The data is coming as objects. So from this, what is your understanding here? You are not allowed to retrieve. You are not allowed to retrieve your parent object information inside SOSL searches. Clear? Even though it is retrieving, but it will not result as a data. It will result as a objects in the query. Because so we read whenever you are writing any code to read a data, we don't use SOSL. Blindly remember that we'll be using SOQL only. In all my years of experience, I write only SOSL here. The way I'm doing now, the same thing I do, I'll say that, hey, some X company, and I'll search from different objects. Do they exist? Or like I'll provide my email address. I'll provide my email address, and I'll check whether this email address exists in any of these objects. Oh, I have here. This way I do check. Other than that, I don't check anything else. While writing your Apex code, everything will use SOQL, a pure SOQL. With the three methods I showed, right? Single query, parent information inside a child, child information inside a parent, and where class using SOQL statement only. We wrote SOQL using where class, right? The same thing we use.